Thanks for staying with me. Finally got the tent pitched up. Still haven't even got the bed or anything sorted. Decided it was just time to get some dinner on. I'm quite peckish now. I'm trying some of these fire pot meals. I got some of these. I was recently on holiday with Flynn, Lorna and myself. Don't know if anybody will pick up in the pecking order there. And we were up at Botagarton doing some of the forest trails and things like that. And we ventured into the edge of the Cairngorms and whatever, and down into Aviemore. Absolutely beautiful area, highly recommended if you just want a few nights away. One of the shops was moving and they had a sale on, so they had a lot of these for £5. So I went in one day and got quite a few, and then I decided I went back in the next day and got some more. I've also got some of the Summit to Eats. I got them for about £4. I picked up a couple of those just to try out because the food's getting really expensive now. So I've pretty much got the place to myself. Up on the Bialach there's a couple from Manchester and a 3-man Hilleberg Niak, absolutely stunning. I mean, you might just hear this rain now, so I'm glad I've got in. I think I met, there was a group of 3 walkers on the way up. Looked like a father and 2 sons or whatever. They stopped and said hello. So if you're wanting peace and quiet, this is certainly what the doctor ordered. I'm just going to turn this off just now because I just noticed the battery's getting low. I'm going to get plugged into the power pack and get the phone charged up. So stick with me, I'll come back on for a wee natter later on once I've had my tea and whatever, okay? That's the bed finally made up for the night. I'm just going to open this door a bit to vent a little bit. I think that's the sun coming back out. Beautiful sound of the water just lapping off the side of the loch. I'm quite close to the water, which I wouldn't normally do. Forgive the damp socks hanging up here. My boots have slightly perished on one of the many water crossings on the way up. Speaking of water crossings, I'll tell you about one in a wee minute. So that was the fire pot, the beef stew with pearl barley. Anybody that's been trying out some of the dehydrated meals with their camping, I would recommend that. It was absolutely lovely, nice texture with the meat and everything through it, the vegetables and everything. Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Normally some of these dehydrated meals are so artificial tasting, or they're very bland, or just a thick sauce through them or something very salty. That does slight peppery taste, but it was lovely. So I've got another one of the fire pots for tomorrow. I think this is baked apple porridge. It's only 500 calories, so that should see me back to the car okay. The walk up was absolutely beautiful. I've got the map with me. I don't know if it'll show up on the phone. So like I said, I've camped up at Loch nan Eun, and the idea of tonight's camp is about finishing off things that you've started. This is what it means to me on a personal note. It's the solstice today, so it's the longest day. This is the day to do all your stuff and whatever, get out your system. If it's sunny though, it's going to be a hell of a nice night. Anyway, Loch nan Eun. So I'm just camped there where you see the waterfall. And what had actually happened was several weeks ago, I was up in this area. I was supposed to camp here, and I'd went up one of the Monroes there. It's Glass Tullachen, it's called. Says here 1051 metres. Now I made it up Glass Tullachen, and the idea is you're then supposed to follow the edge of the corries along, and you drop down into the glen. You do another Monroe there. It's Cairngorms, which is there, and there's Glass Tullachen there. Now what actually happened is I hadn't slept for about 3 days. Well, there's been a lot going on. And I'd went to a sort of works night out the night before it, although I wasn't drinking, I just stuck to juice. And it was a very late night for me and I was very tired. So I made it up here in the morning and decided to come up the Monroe. And the tiredness really kicked in and I became very disorientated to the point where I just started following the track back down and pretty much going this way into no man's land. So half an hour in, I could see where I was supposed to be. I could see where I was going. I couldn't quite work out why So decided I was going to give up. I was very tired and it was just time to go back to the car, so I decided to go home. Trouble was, with being tired, I misjudged one of the water crossings and I slipped on the rocks and fell arse deep into some water with some full kit on. So that could have been an interesting day if I was heading out the way and not heading back. So like I say, these mountains are never going anywhere. Moral of the story, don't go up a Munro when you're tired. Be very careful when you're going across rivers with a full pack on. And again, I've just come back here just to finish what I started. I always said I would come back and do the camp here. So far I'm absolutely loving it. Apart from the cup up and the Bialach, I mean, we've got this whole place to ourselves and it is so peaceful. It's absolutely stunning. Again, I highly recommend just anybody at all getting into the outdoors, just a wee overnight wild camp somewhere in the row or with friends. It's just a great way getting into that headspace. I mean, all I've done all day is just focus on where my feet are going, coming up that glen. All I've thought about all day is reaching here. It's totally distracted me from everything. I've managed to get some time off work, so I'm just making the most of it. I'm going to try and get outside as much as I can and exercise as much as I can and keep the head clear. Keep it good, keep it positive. That's what all this is all about. So since the sun's out, I think I'm going to stop gabbing for a wee bit and try and pop out with the phone and get some wee time lapses. So thanks again. Cheers. Anja. Just having a few moments outside the tent. The wind's absolutely died down. Should I say it's changed direction. Earlier on it was blowing down over the hill there, over the Bialach, across the water onto the back of my tent. Quite a decent breeze, very cool. It's just stopped. Tent's absolutely covered in sedges. I think it's the yellow anna. All you can see is them moving about now outside of the tent. The time lapse, looking back down the glen that I come up earlier on today, the wind's actually coming up from there now. So where the tent is, I'm completely shielded from it. But unfortunately it's blew all this cloud in. So I'm just sitting in this eerie calm. It's almost like a sensory deprivation bubble or something with all this clag I'm sitting in. But it's strangely beautiful. It's just really, really nice and really calm. So we're back to the old pool now. Just really enjoying having a wee whiskey there, just sitting by the water. I think this, for me, this is what wild camping's all about. It's just getting away from it all, really. Nights like this, it's always changing, always a different experience, something different to take back home with you, something else to remember. So on that note, morning campers, thanks for staying with me. It's 6:30 in the morning. I've started breaking camp a little bit. I've been up quite a bit through the night and I fell back asleep, whatever. Just forgot my earplugs again, same old, just packing at the last minute. Tried to make some breakfast, but the Pates igniter's given up the ghost on me, so I had some of it. I just made it with cold water, but it's not very good, so I think it'd be better to be done properly. The Pates igniter looks like it's got teeth marks all over the black plastic, so something's come near the tent last night and had a good shoot at this, so I don't know if that's why it's not working. It's looking pretty bashed up, to be honest. I've started packing up the tent a wee bit, as I said. I'm just going to slowly pack up and break camp, take my time doing it, make sure I'm organised. I've got loads of time to get back. As I say, it's still very claggy here, so there's not really going to be anything much to see on the way back. I'm definitely going to stop on the way home though, because the one downside is not having a coffee. I really like my coffee in the morning, so, or in general. Anybody that knows me will testify to that, I think. Anyway, time to stop gabbing on. Back to the tent. It's held up again, just as expected. It's a tough wee tent. We've had quite a bit of wind through the night, quite a bit of rain as well, but that's what these tents are built for. So anyway, enough of me yapping on. Obviously quite tired, not the best of sleeps. Thanks again, everybody, just take care. Bye now.